And welcome back to CDN Precision. Today we're going to be reviewing one of the most popular budget precision rifles on the market today, that being the Savage 110 Tactical. So the Savage 110 Tactical retails for $450 US or about $1,000 Canadian. The original Savage 110 was released in 1958. So this is a design that they've had like over 60 years to perfect. And to be clear, the 110 Tactical variant, specifically this one, was released in 2018. And it can come chambered in 308 Winchester, 300 Win Mag, 6.5 Creedmoor, so this one is 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, and 6mm ARC. So to start off, this rifle has a lot of features for the price point of about $1,000 Canadian that you are going to be looking for a long range or precision rifle. For example, we have your heavier contour barrel, we have a nice smooth action, it takes AICS magazines, it has an adjustable trigger, it has, well, changeable comb height and adjustable length of pull. So there's a lot going for it. Now, if we were to start this review off with the barrel, so this is a 24-inch threaded button rifle barrel, and this one specifically is fluted. You can get them with a non-fluted version as well. Now, most importantly, people want to know about the accuracy of the 110 Tactical, and the accuracy for this rifle, we have done extensive work, as you can see here. 14 different types of match ammunition was put through this rifle just to see how good it can be. And so the average for the 14 different types of ammunition in terms of a 3-shot group was 1.21 inches. A best 3-shot group of 0.52, and 7 of the 14, so half, were sub-MOA. So that's a very good indication that this rifle is not a lemon and that Savages can shoot. So let's get started with the worst and work our way to the best. The Barnes Precision Match 140 grain OTMBT, 3 inches, 3 MOA at 100 meters. That is horrible. Winchester USA Ready, 1.91, also pretty horrible. Federal Premium Barnes TSX 130 grain, 1.68. Sig Elite Hunter 130 grains, that was 1.34 inches. Hornady Precision Match 147 grain, 1.25. Federal Premium Burger OTM 130 grain, 1.15. Hornady 140 grain ELDMs, 1.13. Hornady 140 grain ELDMs. Our 3-shot group was 1.03, so I think I did count this within the 7 that are below, just because 0.03, I mean, we're splitting hairs, but technically it's a little bit above MOA. Anyway, normally, as you're going to notice here, this is a 3-shot group, and we put on a 4th shot, which brought it to 1.90. And that's typically how we do things. 3 shots are within 1 inch, we put a 4th shot. If it's within 1 inch, we do 5 shots, and just so forth until we run ourselves out of being MOA. Next, the Hornady Precision Hunter 140 grain, 1 inch. The Nosler Match Grade 140 grain hollow point boat tail custom competition, a 3-shot group of 0.78, a 4th shot brought it to 1.16. Nosler Ballistic Tip 140 grain BT, 0.78. 120 grain Hornady ELDMs, 0.73 inches, and the 4th shot brought it to 1.13. The Federal Premium Gold Medal Burger Hybrid Target. I mean, Federal just comes out with these names that go on and on forever. So this is the 140 grain. Our 3-shot group was 0.68, and our 4th shot brought it to 1.29. The Norma Golden Target 143 grain, our 3-shot group and 4th shot were within 1.64 inches, which is really good. Our 5th shot brought it to 1.31, and our 6th shot maintained within 0.31, but went within like the holes of the original 0.64. So that was, I would say, a decent group. Next, the Golden Target 130 grain, 3 and 4th shot were within 0.64, and the 5th shot brought it to 1.05 inches. Nosler Match Grade. So this is our very best group. Our 3-shot group was 0.52, 4th shot brought it to 1.29, and our 5th shot, it kind of went back within that original nice tight group, but it still doesn't bring the overall of that group smaller. So yeah. That is our groups with this Savage 110 Tactical. Overall, this is going to be a good option for those of you looking for a budget, very budget, entry-level precision rifle. It can shoot, but what about the rest of the gun? So if we look at the barreled action, we're looking at a 90-degree throw that's, I'd say, moderately smooth. One nice thing it has going for it is look at this massive bolt knob. One thing I really did appreciate this, comparing it with the competition, the Remington 700, is the bolt knob is so large that it really puts you away from an ocular. So you can cycle this without your thumb rubbing constantly on the ocular of your scope, which is really nice. Also, the action itself is pretty smooth. I mean, look at this. It's obviously not as smooth when you're cycling rounds in and out, but it's still good when you compare it with the competition at this price point. In terms of, let's say, reliability for this action though. So this is something I did notice. If we were to be on a barricade, so my palm will represent that, and I'm applying pressure upwards and also backwards. We're having trouble getting this bolt to cycle forward because the rear portion of this is kind of kinked up like this, and our bolt is hitting these feed lips. Not ideal and a slight design flaw. Another thing I'd like to mention is, right when we bought this rifle originally, I'd say in the first 200 rounds, we did have some failures to eject. So that's actually something that's moderately common with Savage 110s. I mean, I would just say almost moderately common with Savages, is they occasionally get the failure to eject. Not necessarily a deal breaker unless I was in a competition, which then I'd be a little more frustrated, but I just do, you know, recreational long range shooting. I'm never in a hurry, so great for me. Also, this rifle does come with a 20 MOA rail. This one is an EGW, so I really do appreciate the fact that they did think of putting a 20 MOA rail. More often than not, many companies will just throw a 0 MOA rail, which will sacrifice some of the internal adjustment in your scope. And I like to point out that if you have an optic with, well, this one has 36 mils of internal adjustment, but if you had 30 mils of internal adjustment, you'd only be able to use 15 mils, which sure does get you most of the long range. But when you are cranking an optics turret all the way to the max, the glass quality actually does deteriorate when you're really cranked at the lower end of that glass. So that's why incorporating 20 or even 30 MOA into a rail is often ideal. So this optic specifically is 36 mils of internal adjustment, so it does give you even more than that. Actually, this is one of them that we carry, so at cdnprecision.com, it's our website, how we purchase these rifles and make all these videos happen. So this one has 36 mils of internal adjustment, 10 mils per evolution, a zero stop, ED glass, Christmas tree style illuminated reticle. It has a lifetime warranty fulfilled by yours truly here, me, at CDN Precision. So if you want to support me, support the channel, you can pick one of those up. We also do retail the Athlon Rangecraft, which is super popular, and we retail carbon fiber shooting tripods and fix-it sticks toolkits for rifles. So any of those things, check us out. That's how we buy these and make these videos happen. Next, let's take a look at the trigger. So all Savages come with an Accu trigger. This one is a very good example. So it's adjustable between 1.5 and 4 pounds, which 1.5, in my opinion, is the sweet spot for target shooting. Not ideal for hunting. I prefer 3 pounds for hunting. But for when I'm on a bench rest or I'm on barricades, 1.5 pound gives me that mental stop and that clean break. And the break on these Savage 110s, in terms of the break of the trigger, is very clean. So there's no creep whatsoever, and the break variation weight is another thing I'd like to mention. On many rifles at this price point, it's kind of all over the place, but the breaking variation weight at 1.5 pounds is non-existent. While if we crank it up to 4 pounds, we notice the first break is 4, the second break is 4 1/4, third break is 4 1/2, next one is 4, so it kind of floats at that really heavy weight. Next, let's talk about the stock. So this stock has a lot going for it, but they could make some small changes that, in my opinion, would really make this next level. I mean, already they're offering pretty much the most value at this price point, but for not a whole lot more, other than kind of changing their injection molded plastics for their stocks, their kits. I mean, that would be expensive for them, but in the long run, I think it would pay off a lot. So we have adjustable comb heights with replaceable cheek risers. Same thing goes for the length of pull, adjustable. It takes AICS magazines, which this is probably the simplest method for a magazine latch I've ever seen. It's just so rudimentary, but it works so well. I mean, I really can't complain. It's got a nice flat portion here on the front of the stock, which works out pretty good. It's free floated. The stock itself has an aluminum mini chassis inside, which a lot of the time at this price point, you're going to see aluminum pillar bed. These guys went above and beyond, which I really do appreciate the fact that they did that. An area they could have done better. So they could do better for the magazine well to prevent so that there's no binding when it comes to cycling this action, as we mentioned earlier. Also, the grip on this rifle is more ideal for like hunting and shooting when you're standing than it is if you're on a bench rest or on a barricade or any kind of precision work. Why they did this, I don't know. But if they change this slightly by changing their molds, I think it would improve it dramatically by putting a much more vertical grip. Next, let's talk about the warranty. So Savage offers a 1-year limited warranty. You have to register it within 10 days, and it's for our original owner only. Then again, I'm not particularly concerned when it comes to these because typically the issues present themselves within days. So your first arranged visit, you're going to notice if this rifle has extraction issues, ejection issues, accuracy issues. For example, if you're getting a 10-inch group at 100 meters or 50 meters, you know you have something, probably an issue with the head spacing if obviously you've checked all the tension on your bolts, on your stock, on your rings, on your rail, on your scope, everything. If that's all been done, then usually it comes to a head spacing issue. And those present themselves right away, so I'm not really concerned with that. Anyway, when it comes to the Savage 110 Tactical, it is a great entry-level rifle that has a ton of aftermarket support. You can buy an aftermarket trigger, aftermarket stocks. This thing has been around forever. Whatever you want to do with the Savage 110, you absolutely can. And it's a great option for those of you on a budget. So anyway, if you want to support me, support the channel, check out our website at cdnprecision.com, and thanks for watching CDN Precision.